Hey guys, Tanner here, and we're out here Monday morning digging away. I tell you what, I've about dug with a shovel about all I want to dig. So we've been calling in some reinforcements now. Check it out, baby. We got Drew headed back in here on a new Yanmar VIO 35 model. That ought to make quick work of what dirt's left over to dig. And we're also going to use this bad boy to help set a lot of these large boulders up at the top of those waterfalls and around the pond. So now we've got some help. Stay tuned and we'll show you guys a new progress update just as soon as possible. How about that, big boy? Okay, you guys ready for a progress update? I know I'm ready to give you one. I'm excited about what we've got accomplished so far today. Drew hadn't been on an excavator since what year? 2007. Since 2007. And me, hell, I hadn't been on one since 82. And I got on here and ran that thing like a champ. So let me spin it around here to show all you guys what we got going for today. Don't jump out of there. We're trying to get you working now. No, Drew was just down in there raking all that loose dirt. What you're looking at there is a 24-inch depth all the way across. The water level inside this pond is going to be the exact same as the water level inside this pool. You know, give or take an inch or so. So we're having to build these middle points up right here, this middle line right here. Because if you look behind me, right here, and this right here, this area, this is where water is always held to. You can see it's still kind of muddy. We've had a lot of rains here in Cleveland over the weekend. It's been raining like it was a tropical place. I mean, nearly every day it starts pouring down rain on us. So, and while he's been digging that, I've been up here working on the Waterfalls return hole. And I just had to get the axe out and chop up a few big roots, but you guys can hopefully see the shape of the pond a lot more. I'll go ahead and let all of you know as of right now, that side over there will be the last side to be completed. That is going to be the side that the machine's going to have to come in and out of. And what we're going to end up having to do here is actually, unless things change, as of right now anyway, what we're going to have to do is build this waterfall area first. Then we'll have to get all of our underlayment and liners in place. Then we're going to have to fold the liners up. That way we can get that machine in here to be able to set all these huge boulders that we've got around this side of the pond. And once we get this side intact, we'll be able to back that machine up, unroll the liner and underlayment out a little bit, build more rock, back it up, and repeat until we've got the pond completely finished. And then we'll berm all that back up nice and neat once we're finished. So once again, it is just a little after 3 o'clock today, and that machine didn't even get here till 12 o'clock. So in 3 hours, you can see how much time having an excavator has saved us, because if I'd have kept digging the way I was digging, it'd have took another 3 or 4 days to get to that. I don't even know if I could have done it then. So stay tuned, guys, and I'll touch base with you guys all again as soon as we get some more progress made. I'm not sure how much more we're going to get done today, but if we get any more done, I will definitely post it. Appreciate all of you following along. Stay tuned for more videos and more progress of this current project. Man, so hot, guys. But I'm down in here right now, going back and skimming the sides clean. Drew's got the bulk of all this pond dug. You can really see the shape of it now, minus that side over there, like I said a little bit ago, about how that's going to be kind of, I guess you could say, unfinished until the very end. That will be the side that we do last. Let me flip the camera around to give you guys one last shape shot before I decide to call it a day, because I'm telling you guys, I am zapped. So if you remember my first video, I was telling you guys I was going to leave this section right here where it's like these circles here were curving back. This right here give her some room to do some planting right here to kind of break up the monotony of all the rocks. Look at this straight drop down edge. Did that on purpose. Of course there's going to be rocks along this edge, but that way when you're walking down this pool sidewalk here, just imagine, guys, you're going to have water right here. I mean, the only gap between you and the water is going to be some rocks that you can stand on right here. And then I'm still got my high hopes that I can get a set of steps built right here so that you can be able to walk right off and just step right down into here. Of course, I don't know if you can tell by looking, but that's a pretty high step. If I get the If I get the zip level out right here, I'll show you guys. Let's see if I can turn this thing on real quick, one-handed. Okay, let's see if it's still calibrated right. 23.9. Remember guys, told you 24 inches is what we're going to do here. We want 24 inches of depth. Check that out, guys. I think we're about dead on the money. And like I said, we still got to rake it all back after I get all these sides shaved. So if any of you guys are having to use a damn it, if you got to use a lot of levels for your jobs, or if you got to use a transit especially, the zip level here that you see attached to this yellow line here, any of my contracting buddies, if you guys don't know what that is, it takes all the thinking out of it. Once you get that bad boy calibrated to wherever you want it set at, boom, you just touch the ground, it tells you everything. That thing will set you back a little over $1,000, but it will save you tons and tons of times. So if any of you guys are interested, that is called a zip level. You can get on Amazon and order it. See there, zip level. That is the Pro 2000 model that I'm using. So let me give you guys a little walk uphill here and show you what Drew's up to, shaping all this excess dirt out. So we had such a, this slant, you know, this slope of this embankment right here wasn't quite out far enough to really do all the drops that I want to do. So we've been building all this dirt up, which I'm going to go back into this, of course, and shape it. But I dug about all I cared to dig right here on this Waterfalls return earlier. Look at this look at this big hole. I had to get the axe out to get that. But he had all this built up, and he's been compacting all this dirt right here and pulling it back down here so that the water that flows off these yards can still continue to flow down in here just like it always has. We'll do the other side the same way. So I believe that's going to be it for it today, guys. It's getting close to 5 o'clock. I'm supposed to be somewhere at 5:30, and I ain't even left the job site yet, and I'm still supposed to go all the way back home. If any of you know me, know I live plumb on the other side of town. I still got to take a shower. You can imagine, I mean, I don't know if you can tell how soaking wet I am, but you can imagine how good I smell. It ain't that good, I promise you. So anyways, guys, appreciate you following along. Stay tuned. This project should take some real shape tomorrow. Maybe we'll get all the underlayment and liner in on the waterfall area once we get all that shape work done. And I'm just excited for all of you guys to see it. I'm excited for Gina to see it, and I'm excited to see it myself. I love this stuff. So appreciate you guys following along. We'll see all of you tomorrow. Hey guys, good morning. It's another cloudy Tuesday morning right here in Cleveland, Tennessee. And I'm over here, I've got my tape measure ready. I've got some landscaping paint ready. And I'm getting ready to take some measurements of these rocks right here behind me, that flat one. And I'm gonna go up here and show you guys how I'm getting ready to sketch this layout of these waterfalls out. Check it out. So I'm gonna try to make this very first drop coming out of these waterfalls, this big flat straight piece right here. So see if I can do this one-handed or not. May not be able to. Hold up. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Where we at here? 5 feet. Call it 6 by a little over 2 feet. So as long as I take into account for a 6 feet long, 2 feet wide, let's see what I can make happen up here. So what I'm getting ready to do right now is measure out right here for the 6 feet and the 2 feet right here. And I want this water to pool up coming out of here behind that rock and then build up level and flow over that big main long rock completely. So we're going to have the very first drop right here, right at 6 feet wide. So stay tuned. Let me get some stuff marked on the dirt here. So right now we just got that first shelf marked out, and Drew is edging it out right now with the excavator, making that first drop. So let me flip it around. I'll show you guys a close-up of exactly what he's doing. So if you guys will notice, I don't know yet, we'll just get it, you know, I'll have to go over with a shovel and see in just a second, but if you'll notice the orange lines, guys, over there, that's a 6 foot width. So once this waterfall is all, once the water is all returning up to this point and coming out, That main stream right there is going to be 6 feet wide. And of course, this thing's we're building this up a little bit more right here. So this water's just picture going boosh, boosh, coming down and dropping into the water to the main pond here. And there's going to be waterfalls on that side of these waterfalls, and there's going to be even more waterfalls right here on this side of these waterfalls. So I can't even hardly talk this morning. I'm so excited. So stay tuned, guys, and I'll show you guys some more stuff whenever we get this edged out right here and we make those next drops. So stay tuned. This is going to be really cool seeing this take shape for all of you. So I've had to get the axe out. Been up here. Drew dug down, found a lost civilization called Root City. And I've been cutting all of the remnants of it out. I mean, guys, we have roots everywhere. I've been building up a pile over there. I just finished tapping this ground down right here. Let me flip it around and show you the details. It may be hard for all of you to gauge the actual height of that, but that first drop right there from this upper shelf to here is just over 24 inches. So it's a 2 feet drop. I like for that water to pool up. Notice how I've kind of dug that down right there where the water lands. And then that will pool up right back there and hit this next level of rocks, which I've been tamping this level right now. That's what you see right there. Making room for the next drop, which will end up probably being the last drop to come down and fall over into the pond. We got to build this dirt back up just a little bit right here where we skimmed just a little bit too off. So our main waterfall series is going to have some serious drops. And you could just imagine that if you were, let me run over here. Just imagine, hang on, let me kick some of this dirt off my feet. If you were like over here, sitting down in one of these pool chairs, you know, you're out overlooking this pond here. Look how big that first drop's going to be coming down. Then we're going to have to, like I said, I got to build that back up right here. So we got another drop here. These other two, I may end up trying to leave them a little bit higher. So I may have some higher waterfalls on the sides and the middle one be lower. Don't know yet. Gotta see how it all turns out. Let's continue painting. Stay with me. Man, we've gotten a ton done this morning, guys. We've got 2 of these waterfalls shaped out. Drew's right now in the process of cleaning out the remaining dirt from the bottom of the pond. And then I'm gonna flip the camera around real quick here and show you 2 of these waterfalls. Oh man, they're looking sweet already. So far we've got the main waterfalls laid out there, and then we've got the adjoining one over here to the right side of that one laid out. The return will be way up there in the center of that. It's going to drop down, build up, come over and drop again into the main pond. Up there in the main one, that's going to build up, drop down, build up, drop down, build up, and drop again to come in. It's going to be crazy, guys. And once again, we're having to leave that dirt over there a little bit to get the machine in and out. But there is also going to be a 3rd series of waterfalls over here to the left of the main one. So we're going to have boom, 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 all just dumping into this. Everything's going to be being pulled right over here to the skimmer that's going to be right here. There's not going to be any debris in here. As soon as all the sediment clears down, once we get all this stuff in place, this is going to be such a crystal clear pond. It'll be battling the clarity for the pool. So stay tuned, guys. Can't wait to show it all to you once we get some more progress made, and once Drew gets all that finished, cleaned out there, maybe we'll be able to begin taking shape on the 3rd series of waterfalls. So for right now, this is about the biggest update I can give you. If you like, I'll just run up here real fast, kind of show you a close-up. Been tamping all this down right here. You can walk all over this, of course. It's hard as can be. This is where it'll pull up. We've been tamping all these, bam, bam, bam. Still got a little bit more work to do before they're perfectly level. So this is where we're at, guys. Ball Falls return is going to be right here, made from Aquascape. This pond is being made with all Aquascape products. I couldn't even think of the word I was trying to say. So what I'm getting ready to do now, he needs me to go get the zip level real quick to check a few points, and then I'm going to get the fabric, and I plan on starting to put the fabric down, getting ready for the liners. So as soon as we get the fabric and liners in place in these waterfalls, we'll be able to begin bringing in and stacking all of the huge boulders. So stay tuned, guys. We'll have more coming shortly. So we just got the first bit of underlayment down. This is our geotextile underlayment that goes underneath all of our 45 mil EPDM liner. So let me flip the camera around. I'll show you a little bit about this geotextile underlayment. Here at Aquascape, we take as many precautionary steps as possible to ensure the life longevity of all of our products. So one of the main steps in doing so, in protecting our liners, is first putting down this geotextile underlayment. Now, you may have seen stuff like this maybe at Lowe's or Home Depot that you put down trying to keep weeds out of your flower bed. This stuff's about 20 times as thick as that stuff that you can buy over the counter. I don't know if you can tell by the phone, but this is really, really, really heavy duty. And we've got the first 2 waterfalls covered in it right now. And what we're about to go get out of the van is the actual liner itself, which the liner is going to go over the top of this. So stay tuned real quick and let me go get this liner and we'll get it in place. And then I'll touch base with you here shortly. There's your one last shot of it real quick with the geotextile underlayment in place. Get a good look because you won't be seeing it anymore. And guys, our liner is now in place on the first 2 sets of waterfalls. That is a 45 mil rubber liner. That is a Firestone liner. That is amongst the strongest liners that you can purchase today, that is going to be able to withstand years and years and years of enjoyment for you and your family. Let's say you sell your house and 5-10 years from now, these things are still going to be rocking and rolling. So here's what we got so far. Now we're getting ready to go over here and start seeing how this Yanmar excavator is going to handle these big boulders. So stay tuned. I left the rock mats at home that go down before the rock, so we're probably going to have to call it a day here shortly. But let's go over here and see how this thing handles these rocks. Stay tuned. Guys, this is great news because we were worried if this thing was going to be strong enough to handle these. That rock right there is nearly 1,600 pounds in itself. So that is nearly 1 ton. Check it out. Told you a lie, it's 1,458 on the money. So right at 1,458 pounds. I couldn't remember which one weighed what. So that is nearly 1,500 pounds. My apologies, not 1,600. So 1,458 pounds. The Yanmar VIO 35 handles it no problem, not even coming off the ground in the back. So that's good news. That's going to allow us to sit that way up there exactly how we need it. Great news, great news. And this rock right here, I knew I had one that weighed over 1,600 pounds. That weighs 1,656. So there you go, guys. There's nearly 1,700 pounds on the front of that Yanmar. Notice the freaking whatever that thing's called in the back ain't even down. You know what I'm talking about. Come on now, baby. Don't act like you don't know. Anyways, most excavators wouldn't pick that up with the blade down. Blade, God almighty. I couldn't think of the word blade to save my life. Blade, Wesley Snipes. Come on, get at me, Wesley. Look at that beast. We're setting them all over here so we can have good visual reference as to where we want to place these. We've got 7 or 8 of these really, really large boulders, but I've got to go back to the house and pick up all the rock pads. It's almost at the end of the day. So once we get finished setting these boulders over here in place, so we can have a good chance to look at them before we place them where we want them permanently. And then I'll do a farewell video for today and tell you guys adios. So stay tuned. Let's get these last few boulders before we get out of here. So we've got another day in the books. It's been a tiresome Tuesday, I'll guarantee you that. Drew just got all these boulders placed here and some up on the hill there. I got to finish loading the last little bit of tools up for the day. And once I get all that loaded up, we're going to call it. We're going to head home and then we'll return in the morning with all of our rock pads and then we'll start setting boulders right here on these waterfalls. I'll turn the camera around real quick and give you a final shot for the day. Here we go. I guess another thing I failed to mention was that I did get the skimmer put in place. We didn't got all that tamped and level, so we got that ready. I just got it sitting there loose right now. I'm actually going to take it with me. Anybody that knows me knows how weird I am. You know I don't leave nothing on my job sites. So check it out, guys. There's the shape for the day. Underlayment down, liner down, and 2 of the waterfalls. When we got here, we didn't even have any of the waterfalls shaped out. So all that was done today. Still got some shaping to do once we get all this finished up. We still got to build that 3rd set of waterfalls. So got a lot of the boulders set. Drew's been driving the wheels, or should I say tracks, off this Yanmar today and yesterday. So really pleased with how that bad boy is performing. So Appreciate all of you tuning in and joining along. Join in on us again tomorrow, and we'll have some more progress made of this waterfalls and pond project for my good friend Gina Cavett. Stay tuned, everyone.